Good morning, Pete. I'm doing great. The weather's absolutely gorgeous, and we're just moving ahead and moving as fast as we can go.
So let's talk about the need for speed in today's business world. We all know that business environment is changing fast. That's all I can say. And much of that is due to the change in the speed of business. Who benefits the most from these changes?
It's those of us that can identify the changes, that can see trends, and if you can analyze them and find a way to bring them into your business, have the vision to see that these certain aspects can work for me, integrate them into your process, and then move ahead. It could be something where you create a new division, a new department. It's like we did with our container freight station.
Mm-hmm.
In our staff meetings, my staff had come to me, and your staff is so important because they're out there, they're the ones that are interacting with your clients. And so they're talking, and they get really friendly with each other, and it had come up a couple of times is our clients know that we can handle freight and bond. We're a common carrier. We deliver bonded cargo, but there was a couple of requests, can you store it? And we had looked at the opportunity and said it's something that we can do. So we went through the process. It cost a little bit of money to establish it. You have to get approved by U.S. Customs. But it is now in place. It is now bearing fruit. So we've broadened our base.
Very important. You just said something that I think is striking. Opportunities are there. Number one, you got to look for them. You have to have the mindset that you're constantly looking for opportunities. Okay, they're not so obvious to any of us. And you have to have something in place that will allow you to look at an opportunity, dissect it, take it apart, look at it, but once you make a decision, you act with speed. You don't hold up. Because if not, someone else is ready to do that.
And there are so many ways that you can trigger your mind. I'm constantly reading, whether it's trade publications.
Mm-hmm.
I'm reading a book that was just published by my brother-in-law, Bob Berg, about adversaries and dealing with situations. And like you had mentioned earlier, you have to work with people. You have to solve problems. It becomes a win-win situation. So in your readings, whether it's trade journals, the newspaper, you listen to the radio, your show, Pete, it's full. You get the ideas and you said something will strike you.
Mm-hmm.
It could be from totally out of the blue, but you then bring it back, you analyze it, come up with some metrics that you think will work, and you put the plan into place and evaluate it a month later, 3 months later. And if you have to make a course correction, because you're moving so fast, the way we communicate today is on so many different levels. It's not just a telephone like it, and I'm dating myself, way back all you had was a phone. That was it. So now it's the phone, it's the internet, it's Twitter, it's Facebook, it's the networking, say, through the chambers. There's ideas that just are all around us.
It's all around. We're living in an age of information overkill.
Oh my goodness.
And we need to decipher what is the right information and the right information for us specifically. So that's where a whole different mindset has to be there. You can't just act by impulse. You need to have an understanding of who you are, what your business is about, who are your target clients, okay? And then plan out a course of action to move forward and build that business. Now, you said that businesses today need to respond faster than ever before. Can you give us an example?
When you need to respond quickly, the opportunities, it could be a phone call, a email from somebody that saw you on the web, and can you perform this service? We take a look at it. If it's something that you can do, mm-hmm. you go ahead, you talk, you negotiate, you come up with a price, and you go for it. Sometimes mm-hmm. you don't have time to sit in a boardroom and discuss the possibilities, and you go through all your metrics and your spreadsheets. You get a gut feeling, and
yes.
you just go for it. We started 2 accounts last week on the same day, and the one account took 10 drivers, and the other account the first day gave us 25 deliveries. It was mm-hmm. one of those we planned, we saw the opportunity, and just went for it.
want to ask you a very important question here, and it regards leadership. It seems like, Peter, what you're saying right now is of course, the making the most opportunities is what distinguishes. And again, you're not saying it obviously, but what I'm reading into it, it distinguishes great leaders from just good leaders.
You have to have a vision.
Mm-hmm.
Like you had mentioned, you focus on that 20% that you really know that you can do well. And there's been many opportunities that have come my way that I've said, it's just out of the box, I don't want to go there. So you focus on what you do, you have a vision. You're constantly talking with your friends, your staff, you're talking with your customers, you're networking, you're going to events. And when you hit upon an idea, you just bring it to fruition.
Mm-hmm.
It could be a new division, a new department, or maybe you start a whole new company because it's a need that you've identified.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what leaders do. They come up with the vision and execute.
You know that you just mentioned something that's so true. We cannot afford for everything that comes up. Okay, let's go to the boardroom. Let's go to the conference room. Let's sit down. Let's analyze. We're not talking about that. I mean, we're talking about there is a time for everything, and it's important. You need to have the time to plan and create strategic ideas. But the majority of the time, it's about implementation. And then,
Always.
and then when situations come up, based on the fact that you have been strategically prepared, you will then know how to also instinctually act on the right opportunities.
And in order to capitalize on that, I'm going back to your staff, the people that you work with, that you've trained, you've taken the time to educate. They're out there learning themselves because they're dealing in the business day after day. You call upon their skills as well. It's not just the leader's skills, but it's your own. And as a group,
Mm-hmm.
you can do amazing things.
Steve, we're out of time, my friend, and this is a fascinating, fascinating conversation, and I really want to continue it. For the benefit of the listeners, I want to get to know about you and your business, CometDelivery, and maybe ask you some questions on this. What is the best way for them to do that?
They can call us at 305-591-2262. Our website is CometDelivery.com. We also, now on our new website, have live chat. Some people, it's using the technology, so you can call us, email us, fax us, live chat, but we love conversation because in our business, things move so fast, sometimes you don't have time with an email. Let's discuss it and move forward.
Let's move forward. Thank you, my friend.